5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's everybody's week been?
Pretty interesting, to say the least.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the 4-day weekend, you know?
I bet.
I have Fridays off and Mondays.
Again,
Yeah. I've been fairly busy
Yeah.
with life.
Cause it's like
Currently eating cake.
cake.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like Kahi, you've already started college, and then
Yes.
Vin, briefly to go over why this episode is significant.
All right.
Well.
Let me swallow this piece of cake. Hold on, let me get another piece.
I will take, I guess I'll...
Nope,
try
I can
to
do it.
jumpstart
Okay.
this.
Well, this
Okay, go.
episode is kind of significant because you're an idiot. Okay. This episode is significant because this will be my last episode on TTV. For personal reasons and everything, I'm gonna be leaving Skype and a bunch of other internet resources just so I can focus a bit more on my life. Probably gonna start working soon and everything. I just need a little bit more focus on all that. So I going to have to mark this as my last time hosting on TTV.
Do you think you'll be back like next year, like next summer, for a period?
Oh yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
No, this won't be my last time. No.
But for the foreseeable
Really?
future, it will be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a blow to our cast, considering not only do you do a segment, you're one of the more established people, which means you've been around very long time. Not necessarily on TTV, but you've like always been a part of the Skype group, as far as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
Mm.
this is why this episode is being designated as the Vin episode, even though that probably won't be the title name. All about Vin. Vin.
I hate this
Yep.
episode already.
All about
Yep.
me and all about the Benjamins, baby.
And now you know why I hate this episode already.
Yeah,
If this is
because
just gonna be all
LJ's
about-
4, he doesn't know anything about
All
the
I'm at to
Benjamins.
know.
But on a completely different note, yes, I have started college. I won't be moving away, so like I'm still gonna be here, unfortunately enough. But yeah, I know.
We can get rid of Ven, but we can't get rid of you.
You'll have your day someday, I'll do. Anyhow,
Yeah.
You're getting rid
so,
of the
yes.
lesser of two evils. Mm. Dude, this
Well-
cake is delicious. Oh my
Oh
god.
my man. Forget about the cake!
The cake.
But yeah, this is gonna be my last episode. Let's make this a fun one.
May as well start it off. So
That's great.
I'm messing up.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Well, let's.
Okay, I'll say it one more time.
Oh.
I'm messing up.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
And I'm Venom. For the last time, I am Venom.
And this is TTV episode 41. Hooray. So
41. Yeah.
yeah.
It's an old episode.
Yeah. Time flies. I remember when we were just starting and we're like on episode 41. I gotta think of something to do with our 50th episode is like a celebration. Because we're gonna be at episode 50 when like Halo 4 comes out. So.
Huh. You know what we should do?
Huh.
We should get every single host that has ever been on CTV and have it on JK.
Ideally, that is a good idea on paper, and that would actually be a very interesting thing. Even considering things, that would be very interesting. But no, we're not doing it.
Yeah, it sounds nice on paper, and then you realize who our former hosts were, and then it's...
In a way, it's sort of like socialism. Alright.
Wow.
So anyways.
No, sorry, Kahi. Sorry.
Let's not get on politics.
No, this is a little bit more like MOCs. Okay.
That's a joke for another time.
Guys, we're gonna get banned on BZP. No political discussion.
Yeah, totally. So anyway.
Now, if only we cared. And we're dependent.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, I
don't
care.
care.
May as well get started.
Alright, let's
the news.
Go on with the news.
As being read by Vin this time due to the absence of the VAR.
Alright, let me swallow this piece of cake.
Good grief.
Alright. In the news this week, we have 2013 Star Wars lineup brought to you by LEGO. A grade being revealed. Casting details revealed for the upcoming LEGO movie. Halo 4, controls, the new map Exile, and PAX 2012 information. That is the news this week.
Hooray!
Boo.
So the first thing in the news, the 2013 Star Wars sets. I'm not gonna lie, I have zero interest in Star Wars. Not the franchise, but the LEGO sets. I have zero interest. So, the thing with this, the only reason we're even talking about it is because if the 2013 Star Wars set names are revealed, it won't be long before the rest of the 2012 LEGO stuff's revealed. And the reason that's significant...
2012 LEGO stuff?
Oh, I'm dumb. 2013. The reason that's significant is because this year, because we're doing this on YouTube, we don't have to restrict ourselves to not covering leaked info. At least that's the plan. We'll see how that goes. So, we're going to try and cover the sets as they're revealed, as they're available to the public, which, judging by past patterns, should be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks from now. We'll get pictures of all the new LEGO sets for next year, including Superheroes, Hero Factory, Ninjago, new themes, etc., etc. The Hobbit sets, for those that are into that.
That's great. That's great. They're great. I mean, all right. Let me see what we got here. None of these look really interesting. I mean, like, really, like, wow, I've been waiting for this, this entire time. We're getting more clone troopers and droidicas, in terms of battle packs. They've been doing that for a while now.
Oh man, this cake.
Bro, you're addicted. You got it. I don't know what you're gonna do when you get to like college and stuff, because cafeteria food sucks. You're gonna be like,
I'm just gonna buy more cake.
All right, you do that then. Let's see what else we have here. Rancor Pit, which we saw before. I think we covered that in the the other cover that I can't Comic-Con. And Camino. I guess Camino set might be kind of interesting, but I don't think they're gonna do interior Camino. From what it looks like, Jedi Starfighter, you're gonna have it like on the dock and stuff.
Yeah.
And asteroid filed. Does it mean field?
I think so.
Or what? Okay. Astro Field of TIE Bomber and TIE Pilot. I don't see what you need to put asteroid field. Are they gonna like actually include Lego asteroids?
Possibly. I don't know.
That would be, I don't know. Lego asteroids just, what's the point for that? Are you just gonna be like Pohatu Rock? box. You can just anyhow. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
What else?
I'd like to, but you're reading this.
Will there be cake?
Yes.
About cake!
The cake.
But yeah,
Dude, I can't help it. This cake's delicious.
we'll have more info about all waves of sets in like a week or two.
Woohoo! Week or two.
So let's see. So next up we have arguably the biggest piece of news here, though that depends on how you rate this among like Halo 4 news. I would personally consider this the biggest news here, just because this is the first truly significant current, not like Faber Files stuff, Bionicle news we've actually had in like, I don't even know how long, a long time.
Ever.
Wow.
8 months.
I'd say that's about right. Yeah.
Basically what this is the Great Being contest. Not sure if any of you remember that. The listeners, that is. Not you guys. I'm sure all of you remember it. But for those that don't know, Greg Farsty made like a contest, and they would be like, alright, one character from the Bionicle story is going to be... He's a great being in disguise. And I'm going to hold a contest, and people can guess who is the great being. And the winner gets an unspecified prize at a later time. And then all the drama happened, and Greg Farsty is no longer able to post on BZP, and he hasn't updated the serials in forever.
Oh my gosh. I just looked at the spoiler tag.
Mm-hmm. The great
Hold
being, for those that don't want to be spoiled, use the description bar to skip to the next thing we're going to be talking about, because you can actually do that now, thanks to my ingenuity. Anyway, the great being is Valika.
Yeah, Valika.
Yeah. Such a stupid choice. I'll get to that later.
Voya
Hey,
Torin.
you be quiet.
The brown Voyatorn from 2006.
That guy who spoke in riddles.
And that's literally the only thing he did. He just spoke in. That's all anybody remembers him for. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? I get it. Great being.
Yeah.
You won't be leaving soon enough. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the significance of that is... well, what am I saying? The significance of that is obviously Valika's great being, and there's a lot of debate about, whether it's a good choice or not. But no matter what you say, what your opinions are on the choice, it's very significant in that it's the first bit of Bionicle news we've had in a long time, and at least it shows Greg's still active and he cares. There's been a lot of unclear misinformation about why exactly Greg stopped doing the serials. Whether it was because he can't really talk on BZP, so what's the point if you can't really read or garner or discuss the work you do and the opinions? Or is it because he has a workload? Or is it because, Lego's keeping him from doing it, and there's actually an answer to that, but I'll get to that in like a minute or two. And such.
We're gonna talk trailing off like this.
Yeah, like
Okay.
this.
And like that.
Yeah, like this.
This is already a great episode, I can tell.
Oh yeah, dude. Definitely.
Mike, first munch.
We're losing
munch. Oh,
our
this cake is great.
intelligence little by little.
Yep.
Sort of like the writing of Bionicle. No, JK.
Okay, but
Oh, you're trying. You're pushing some buttons, pal. You are trying your
this-
luck.
I am getting you riled up for debate corner
yeah,
later today.
because we're gonna cut this discussion short because it's gonna be discussed a bit later in debate corner. But I do want to say one thing that's not gonna be
Oh, we're
discussed.
actually doing that.
I'm not gonna say something. Well, I am going to say something because it's not gonna be discussed in debate corner. It's a separate issue,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if
Right.
all of you have heard it yet or not. DV basically posted on BZP, and he said So I was talking to Kevin Hinkle. For those who don't know who he is a guy from Lego. I don't know his exact role. He's been really active in the community as of late. He's on BZP, obviously. Obviously, I guess, but he is on BZP. He has an account. He was posting about Ninjago's cancellation a while back. He was the one that announced that to the public. I've really never heard his name before earlier than this year, but he seems to be really important in the company. And he was talking to Kevin Hinkle, and what he basically said was Greg still wants to do the serials, he hopes to do them, but if he's going to do them, it has to be on his own time, as TLG sees him working on a dead franchise as being a waste of company time. It's why he's not gone through the process to get his social networking / internet pass so he can post here. TLG just doesn't see the point since they see the franchise as dead and over. But apparently Greg talks about us as a community and how much he misses the fan interaction all the time. So there's that. And then Erebus responds and says there's more to it than that, but that is the gist of it, yeah. So it seems like Erebus has been in contact with him and he knows pretty much everything that's going on. I find that interesting for a variety of reasons.
I mean, to be honest, I can't really blame Lego for it. From a business standpoint, I don't think they're not interested, but I don't think the plan is to bring Bionicle back anytime soon. And as such, just continuing the story, because basically at this point, it's sort of like Greg's writing fan fiction, but canon fan fiction, if you sort of get what I mean. Right? Like, it's after the franchise is ended, it's after like all of this is done. So if he does it on his own time, it's going to be more like, basically it's canon fan fiction. It's just stuff Greg does in his own time, but he wrote everything else. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The choice of character to be the Great Being seems a little odd, but I haven't even read up too much on the latest serials that have been left ever since Greg, before Greg won on his little disappearance. So I guess I don't know. Did Velika play any sort? No, right? He didn't play
none
any sort of
whatsoever.
important role.
That's
It's just kind of a
my big
random
deal.
choice.
Yeah.
Hey, let's make that little brown guy from 2006 a Great Being.
Well, Velika is, I think Greg said that it is his favorite Matoran. So, it's kind of.
That's an interesting choice in favorites. But,
my stance, I'm just gonna say something real quick about the whole Lego thing, and then my brief opinion on the Great Being will be discussed later. My issue with that, I can understand why Lego's doing it. I don't necessarily enjoy that they have that attitude or that mentality. My question is, why did they allow him to do the serials at all if they were only going to say a few months later, we disapprove of this now? It'd be a waste of company time and you cannot do it anymore. If they were going to cancel the line and don't entertain any notions of letting it continue. This is the problem I've had always. Lego botched Bionicle's ending by giving false promises that it was going to continue, only to suspend it several months later and basically ruin everything because plot threads were opened up that retconned things in the story that were meant to further the story a bit into the future that are now unresolved, which is why, love it or hate it, it's good that at least this bit of info got revealed, and we'll probably hear more in the future, like about who the murderer is and all the other unresolved plot threads, at least for some closure. That's my deal.
Well, I think for I guess now, mind you, I'm not 100%. I'm sort of talking out of my rear here. I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes at Lego.
When
But
aren't
my-
you?
But I know, unanimous and all that. But from my perspective, what I would assume happened is that when Bionicle ended, they I guess what Lego thought that like Greg would just keep doing his regular job, which is editing the Lego magazine and stuff, and he'd be he continued to do that. And then I guess he would have time alone to do this, the serials like he basically used to for the time being. But then I guess doesn't he work for he writes for Ninjago now?
Ninjago and Hero Factor.
and Hero Factory. I guess when he decided to jump on board of those
Kaduma.
duties, Lego sort of figures, you know what? If you have time to write stories for Bionicle, which is basically it's dead. It's dead to us. You know, it's not giving us any more money, not giving us any more revenue. So it's a dead franchise. And then while you could be instead writing for our current franchises, Ninjago and Hero Factory, that's a waste of company time. So I guess he came up to Greg. He's like, you know what, you have more writing duties now, and you're gonna if you it's great if you want to continue this Bionicle stuff, but you're gonna have to do it on your own time because when you work for the company, you have to do for what the company needs you to do, and that's writing for Ninjago and Hero Factory.
Yep.
That's just my assumption. Yeah.
That
My
seems to
opinion
be
on
their general consensus, which I can understand that. And it does not seem like we have the full story, and it seems like we may be able to get the full story a bit later on. So I'm not gonna say anything one way or another now. But I'm gonna reserve my judgment. And do you guys have anything to say on this before we move on to the other bit of news, and then return to this a bit later?
No, nothing else.
One thing.
'Kay.
Lego sucks. Great rules. Yeah.
Spoken like a true Makuta of Oz follower.
And I'm proud to bring back Bionicle, cause at least I know my pieces will break. Because Hero Factory replaced the only
Okay.
set line I enjoy.
That is great. So anyways, next up on the news, we have a bunch of info about the Lego movie, which we're going to talk about in brief. I'm going to actually let Kahi take this one, because I haven't really been paying attention to it, quite honestly. I know you read the actual article.
Yes, I will bring that up actually, because that's great and such.
There's a couple.
So
Wake me up when it's over.
Wow.
Just wow. Come on, LJ, it's a Lego movie. Aren't you interested in what goes on for such an important? Okay, basically, this story, a lot of plot points and casting has been revealed for the Lego movie. So,
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, so Lego has announced doing a feature film. I think for a while it was rumored to be live action, and that's turned out to be a bust. It's 3D animated, which it was kind of inevitable. I don't see how they could make a live action Lego movie. But basically, it was rumored to be called The Piece of Resistance, depending on. It's a terrible pun. But I guess they just changed it back to be Lego, the movie. It's about this Emmett, this guy, I guess. His name is Emmett. He's a Lego minifigure who's mistakenly identified as the most extraordinary person in the sea to saving the world. So he goes on an epic quest to stop, evil tyrant, yada, yada, yada. Sounds, to be honest, kind of generic. All we know his voice talents is Chris Pratt, who was in Moneyball. He was Cooper in Ben 10, and that's about it. He's Cooper. This is notable. I guess for our audience, that's the only notable thing they'd recognize him from. Morgan Freeman is also in this one. He's probably a lot more recognizable.
Yeah.
Because he's Morgan Freeman. He's God and helps Batman.
He needs to die.
Yeah, he's all of that stuff. And Elizabeth Banks, who was recently in the Hunger Games, and I'm looking at her thing. Yep.
She died too.
She played Laura Bush in W. There you go. See? It's it sort of wraps up in a sort of way. Anyhow, so all I have to say here is the one plot point I find extremely out of place is that Batman is in this movie. He's going to be a major character in this movie. Batman, not just any man dressed as a bat who's a billionaire playboy. No. It's the Batman, and I don't know how it's gonna work, but Batman is in Lego the movie as we knew that Batman and Superman were gonna make cameo appearances. That's pretty cool. But Batman is an actual main character, or semi main character. Morgan Freeman is apparently this old mystic. It's called Vitruvius. Don't. Good grief. Yeah. How mighty have fallen. It's like a Bionicle name, but twice.
Hey! All
right.
you are gonna get a smackdown and come to the debate corner.
All right, and Elizabeth Banks, like I said in the Hunger Games, she plays Lucy, who is supposed to be like some tough warrior and stuff, and she's also the one who calls on Batman. It says here with whom she shares a history, so either she's Catwoman, or for those who haven't seen the movie, Talia. I don't know. I don't know why she would have a history of Batman. That just seems quite. What do you guys think about this abomination?
Not gonna lie, it sounds pretty dumb. I'm gonna watch it. I really want to, and I'm gonna go crazy.
I want to watch it. I do want to watch it. I mean, it's like Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. Like it's not great for its plot, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. I don't know. They may be able to salvage it somehow. I'm not entirely sure, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
Grief. Ben, what's your thoughts and opinions on this?
Well, no one cares about talking to Vin, right, Kai?
Yeah.
No
pretty much.
one cares. I'm asking just to be nice.
Ha, how cute. You think you're superior. Now, anyway. I think Batman's cool. Legos are cool. Therefore, this movie's gonna be cold.
Wow.
Get it?
You're one funny guy.
No, but I don't know. I mean, a Lego the movie sounds pretty intriguing, but so far these details sound a little obscure. But then again, why shouldn't we expect that sort of thing from Lego?
Who here has seen Clutch Powers?
Me.
What do you think of that, Elder?
No one cares.
I had to hold back my puke. It's a good children's movie, but as a movie I found it to be, you know how Hero Factory makes fun of itself? I think Clutch Powers tried to do that, but it didn't really work. That's my way of putting it.
Yeah. That's generally considered. I think from what I've seen, this will probably be the exact same as Clutch Powers, just with Morgan Freeman and a bit twice as long.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, they do have actual directors and stuff for this, so it might turn out it's not going to be direct DVD production. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, speaking of producers, they're directors. They are the ones that are directing this. You probably don't recognize their names. I didn't either. They did the credits was here are 21 Jump Street. I don't know who saw that.
Oh my gosh.
And Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
That's not good for kids.
I know, right?
Okay,
yeah,
Cloudy
I'm
with
sure.
a Chance of Meatballs, maybe. But oh my gosh, 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, 21 Jump. He's that guy that did 21 Jump Street. And of course, they hired him to make a show, like a movie about animated movie, Lego minifigures and saving the world. Morgan Freeman, natural choice. It's produced by Dan Lin, who did Sherlock Holmes, and Roy Lee, who did How to Train Your Dragon and We Departed. That's really all I have. I guess this entire piece of the news is kind of interesting, kind of boring simultaneously. What they do have going on now is a vehicle design contest that they have hosted on Lego's Facebook page. It's also hosted on YouTube. It's like the BBC contest that we had there, last year, in which you can design a vehicle, send it into Lego, and they'll use it in the movie. Though I would not count on them paying you in any way, shape, or form. seeing as how one of our own was treated to that exact same treatment. I don't know.
Well, alright then. The
Yeah.
movie sounds fairly interesting.
You should probably cut a lot of that out because that was pretty. Anyhow, let's move on.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, it's finally over. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Now we can move on to something that people actually care for,
Okay.
whether Kahi wants to believe it or not.
So the
Teehee.
so the final bit of
Halo 4.
news, because there still is one bit of news, is Halo 4. So recently this week in the Halo Bulletin they revealed control schemes. I'll paste a link for those that want to see them. It's nothing really, nothing really all that interesting except for one. It's fish stick, and it's meant to be like other FPS's control schemes. And really, the only thing that's changed is that zoom is left trigger instead of pressing down on the right thumbstick, which means you won't like zoom accidentally when you're in combat and like mess yourself up. That's like the only change, and that's the most interesting change they made to the control schemes. So I'll post a link if you guys want to analyze those more in the description. But yeah, the biggest news, the highlight of talking about Halo 4 in this episode is that the day of recording PAX Prime began, and a new map got showcased. Exile. I'll throw a picture up on the screen of Exile. And then, along with Exile, they debuted Capture the Flag for the first time, and there are a bunch of changes which have got everyone up in arms. And aside from that, there's like new armor that's getting revealed, new gameplay mechanics, new weapons, certain old weapons coming back, etc., etc. And, we'll start it off. What do you guys think of Exile from what you've seen thus far? It's been described by
I love
343 as being a mix of Blood Gulch and Sidewinder.
Well,
I love it.
I love it as well. It looks great, especially that lighting. Oh my, oh my.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Kahi?
Well, it looks great. I haven't. I saw the map play. I saw most stuff going on, but I have not played it for myself. And as you know, like if I haven't played it for myself, I probably don't know anything about it. And even if I do play it, I'm probably gonna forget the map.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that. I forget map names, forget map places, I forget a lot of stuff. I'm a very forgetful person.
And I guess we'll know
You know
later
this
this.
Sort of thing.
I guess we'll know later this year.
What were the changes made to capture the flag? Were they like giant changes or just?
Well,
tweaks
that's
and-
exactly what I was gonna hop into next, because that's the important stuff. Really, weapons, vehicles, obviously those are important. When it comes down to actual gameplay, those are just kind of thrown in, if you know what I mean. Actual gameplay modifying things outweigh those in terms of importance, and the things they've done to CTF are, when you pick up the flag, you cannot drop it. The reason that's significant to most people, it's not so much for me. How do you guys know what flag juggling is? Or more specifically, Kahi, do you know what flag juggling is?
I would assume the term is used for this sort of strategy where you take the flag and then you just keep passing it along to someone beside you. And,
Yes.
in
You'd
hopes of
be
enemy
right.
getting killed.
No, it's like,
Yeah.
you were kind of right. When you jump up, you can then let go of the flag when you're in midair and moving forward, and it'll fly a bit of a distance. And then you can pick it back up again and do the same thing. Jump, throw, pick it back up.
Okay.
Jump, throw. And the reason that's important is because it lets you cut down on the travel time to deliver CTF, to deliver the flag in
Yeah.
CTF matches. I never used that tactic until 2 days ago. In my 2 years of playing Halo, I didn't even know it existed. Apparently, it's pretty popular and it's been around since Halo 2. And now, you're not able to drop the flag. That tactic's dead in the water. For me, that does not change a single thing, except in those situations where you're getting attacked and you can let go of the flag to, fight them off with a normal weapon. That's counterbalanced by now, the other major change, you get a pistol when you're carrying the flag that you can use. It's like dual wielding. You have the flag in one hand, and then you have a pistol in the other hand. This pistol has unlimited ammo. It is a magic pistol, because even if you do not have a pistol on you as your secondary, it will materialize out of thin air. I have dubbed this the Flagnum. Or I did not.
Wow.
I did not dub it as this, but rather I read some.
You are a fool.
But rather I read someone that dubbed it as this. This pistol is your only means of defending yourself, aside from, instant flag melee kills, which are still there. They also made you walk faster with the flag, and they also put a waypoint above your head that says kill. So anyone can see you from anywhere, if that makes sense. Those are the changes they've made. Basically, what all that boils down to for me is absolutely nothing. Except I can maybe see it as being inconvenient that you can't drop the flag. That's all. TTF will remain exactly the same, except now the flag carrier actually has a method of defending himself at a distance. And whatnot. So for me, it's a good change. I can see why people are upset. I'm not really.
Pew, 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 the flag is mine. Pew, pew, pew.
Yep. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the CTF changes?
No, I don't know. CTF, we don't play enough CTF. I love CTF, but I'm never in the position of holding the flag, so I don't think it'll hinder me.
Yeah.
Flag juggling, never did that, don't care. Pistol's great.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I really don't care. I mean, I've never had a problem with having a giant marker over my head saying kill. I have that in the form of a twin blade glowing blue sword. Says the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
Alrighty.
it doesn't bug me at all.
Okay. In that case, there are a couple other bits of news here and there, like, for instance, and this really angers me, the concussion rifle is returning from Halo Reach. The reason that's significant is because that crushes all my dreams that brute weaponry will be returning. More specifically, the brute
It is a brute
shot.
weapon.
Well, shut up. Anyway.
It's actually the second brute weapon that's confirmed to return.
Shut up. This crushes all my hopes and dreams that the only brute weapon I care about, the brute shot, will be returning. Because the concussion rifle is an older model of the brute shot in spirit. I'm not sure if that's official, but they function exactly the same. So I'm not entirely sure why they would put in the concussion rifle instead of the brute shot, unless they just really do not want to use the word brute. Because this goes along a theory I had a while back. They're adding in the gravity hammer. There's the brute mauler, the brute spiker, the brute shot. The concussion rifle never had, brute in front of its name. Gravity hammer never had brute in front of its name. It's like they're trying to make the brutes a part of the game without actually making them part of the game. So, granted, the brutes weren't the only ones that used a concussion rifle, as pointed out to me by a friend just now, which I had forgotten. The anonymous soul, mange.
That is a word. I mean,
Yeah, but still. I just find that kind of interesting, and then, a couple other bits of info here, new armor, blah, blah, blah. We'll probably hear more details about it in the next few days. Right now it's sketchy at best. Few new tactical packages and support upgrades, which I'm not really going to get into because we don't really know anything about them other than vague descriptions. The only two which I can really actually say we know for sure what they do is that, one, it increases grenades blast radius and protects yourself more against explosions, which I dislike because I hated reach grenades and they're being toned down in Halo 4, and now this can negate that. And then the other allows you to reload your weapon faster and swap weapons faster. So there will probably be more than that, but we don't really know anything about them right now. And then two new armor abilities. They're a generation field, which is like in Halo 3, you chuck down something, and this actually just got confirmed a while ago. It repels all enemies in your immediate location away from you to give you some breathing room. and then regenerates your shield. And then the auto-sentry turret, which is also just like it was in Halo 3, except it's been buffed a bit to be a bit better. You chuck a turret down, and it fires the occasional powerful beam at enemies, but can also be taken out very easily. And then the only other new thing is a new grenade type, the pulse grenade. And it's like an EMP, which we already knew about. We've just now actually seen it, and it does just that. It pulses, and then it detonates after like 2 seconds, dealing damage in a decent radius. So
It only deals damage to vehicles, correct?
I'm not sure. We haven't seen it against a player yet. I would assume it would take down a player's shields if thrown. Anyway, I guess we'll know more in the coming days because we haven't really seen all the gameplay we're gonna see yet. So that's about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you guys have any thoughts on the random stuff they added?
No. I would rather have the brute shot or the elite shot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, that's
Rather than concussion rifle. I wish we could confirm Mark 6 for multiplayer. And I wish that the release date would be sooner than November 6th.
Yeah.
Halo 4 news is Halo 4 news, so.
Yeah.
What do I have to say except for that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, everything sounds just pretty great. I don't really have a problem with it.
It's just like you need to play it before you actually can form your own opinion. All this news is great, but it really doesn't matter much at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yep. At the end of the day, okay.
But yeah, I guess that wraps up all the news. It's been pretty interesting this week. I like this news format. We don't have to talk about nonsense.
Nonsense! Heck yeah!
Wow, just wow. Alright, so next up we're going to move into our next segment, which is Talk to Vin. And this will be the final Talk to Vin for the immediate future. And this is going to be an interesting one. I'm not exactly sure how you're going to do this, so I guess we'll have to see. You're good to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the last time. Everybody, welcome to TTV Talk to Vin. And today we'll be talking to a good friend of mine named James.
Hey, how's it going?
He's also known as Sabers45 on Xbox Live. We recently made several videos with him on our Let's Play channel, name unavailable with 2 U's, and we actually went over several maps that he made on Halo Reach. And as you guys know by now, we're all like some pretty good Halo players, so of course we do that kind of stuff. But yeah, here's James. So James, what you been up to lately?
Nothing much, man. Just playing old video games, and I've been sick lately. Nothing much going on. I actually created a few maps recently, but those are going to be coming up for our next video. We're going to be releasing soon, the Infection Origins.
All right. Yeah, we're actually in production of a Halo Reach movie that we're going to be making. And this will basically tell the origins of the infection game type on Halo Reach.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Winter Solstice, but yeah, that works too.
No. Yeah, we're just going to be making that. And I don't know when we'll get that out, but, details on that will come way later.
Yeah, it's a production.
Very early development, but anyway. So you've been sick. What's up with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you sick?
It's called sinusitis. It's when you're like congested on the inside of your head, you get your ears clog up and it just sucks. Your ears clog up, you have like sore throat and the headaches. Oh my god. Like don't even go there.
The headaches.
Yeah, dude, they're like severe. It's like your nose clogs up. Actually, one night I really thought I was gonna die. I like texted my girlfriend. I said, "Babe, if I don't wake up, I love you." Yeah, but the thing is, she actually cried the next morning calling me.
What?
She was that worried. So I was like,
"Babe, are you still alive?" No, you go on without me. Heart attack.
yeah,
Drops dead.
yeah, but I couldn't breathe. My heart was racing. My head was hurting. I was afraid to sleep because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up.
Sounds like a bad night at Halo Reach.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the explosions make your head hurt. You have children screaming in your ear. You can't breathe because you're yelling at them.
Suicide.
Boom. I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah. So me and James went to high school together, and well, he's here because we're celebrating his birthday, actually.
Up.
Yeah, hooray! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! No one cares. So, all right, James. Well, there's not really much else we can talk about with you because you're not that interesting. So,
I see how it is.
anyway, so yeah, one last question before we go ahead and move on in the podcast. What are you gonna do next?
Well, I've been been on production on some of these new maps coming out. They're all infection. I'm not too good at making Slayer or actually invasion maps. They're not too bad. And like R25 Omni Cruiser.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out too bad.
Yeah. Well, when those come out, we'll probably do some more showcases of those. Again,
Yeah.
these maps are for Halo Reach, of
Oh.
course, because no one cares about the other Halo games anymore. Well, actually, plenty of people care about Halo 2, but anyway, we'll be doing those showcases on on James's maps sometime soon, and they will be up on the Name Unavailable channel, our Let's Play channel, so you'll check that out if you're interested. What did you have to say?
I have another map that I would like you to showcase. It's actually really good and detailed.
All right, well, we'll get to that.
We played on it, actually. It's called Viral Creek. It's the one we're using for
Viral
our
Creek.
video.
All right, well, when that comes up, be sure to have a look out for Halo Reach Showcase, Viral Creek. When it's up, it'll be up. So just make sure to keep an eye on that channel. And thank you, James, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Alrighty. For a final talk to Vin, that one was pretty interesting.
It was.
Oh, yes.
What's going on?
Well,
It's over?
LJ, why are you sleeping? We haven't even gotten to the comic maker spotlight yet.
guess we have
Yeah, I mean, come
That's
on,
where you
guys.
can sleep.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. I know about.
Oh, wait, okay. So, anyway, yeah.
we have one more bit of Vin-related discussion today, and as previously said, it's the Comic Maker Spotlight, so you're good to go.
Alright, hello and welcome to another exciting Comic Maker Spotlight. And by exciting, I mean the exact opposite. Today we're going to be, for the second last time meaning that when this series finishes, we will go over it one more time. Second last time we will be looking over this series. This is Squiggly Line V.3, Squiggly Line, by the Venom, our very own host. A background on the Venom. The Venom joined a little over 6 years ago. Has gotten 2,021 posts in that time. Has a picture at the time of this recording of some actress of whose name I forget, who was in a movie called Spider-Man. and currently sits in his house doing nothing but is about to gain a life successfully. So let's hop right in. By hop right in, I mean hop right in. So, you get into the topic. You get into the topic, and you see this very grudge-looking.
No, seriously. Squiggly line? Squiggly line V.3. Squiggly line. It's called
Hi,
V3.
Venom.
Anyway, move on.
Yeah, V3. So we see this very dark-looking poster, and it looks very post-apocalyptic because there's a bunch of nuclear warning symbols on it. But in the lower left-hand corner, you can see a panda stamp. So, as you see the big, bold V3 Venom comics, you can see all the characters lined up in the top. It's very cool. I'm going to go looking over his latest comic 226, and judge how these comics are from that. So yeah, graphics wise, these comics are top notch. They use RZ, actually not as common as it used to be in the form recently, but they use it exceptionally well. A lot of these are Marvel's symbiotes, like Anti-Venom, Carnage, Lasher, etc. And then there's some made-up ones like Massacre and whichever PGS symbiote he has here, because symbiotes are cool. So in this comic, you can see the shading and backgrounds are very intricate. The shading fits the characters very well, and it looks like their eyes are almost glowing to an extent. And then the backgrounds are actually from a game, to my knowledge. So let's look at the story very quickly. The story is actually extraordinarily interesting. As a brief recap, there are these random mysterious people who are trying to capture the symbiote Massacre, who is the son of Tom Cruise and Scream, aka Donna in the series.
I made some pretty interesting characters when I first started out.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say I don't remember Tom Cruise. I thought LJ was actually making a joke when he said Tom Cruise.
No, really, Tom Cruise.
Really, Tom? Wow.
I had Tom Cruise very early in the series, but I killed him off.
Thank goodness. So anyway, needless to say, Anti-Venom and Carnage ambushed the gang, which consists of a couple of PGSs, Spider-Man, and me. And wrap this up in cocoons. And now we're being interrogated. And Deadpool and Carnage are bonding. They're becoming best friends. But yeah, so what do you guys think of Ven's series? People who aren't Ven.
I've said it before. I've said it again. Series is great in everything from like the scope of it, as in how long you've been carrying on the series, even though you go from V to V2 to V3, but it's still one cohesive series. I consider it like different seasons of the same show. It's pretty long running. You have a wide repertoire of characters that are all pretty interesting. You've got a good plot. You've got good humor. You've got good graphics. What's not to love, in all honesty, unless like Marvel isn't your cup of tea. Marvel symbiotes, what's not to like? To be quite honest.
They're symbiotes. They're overused in the 90s.
Yes.
No, but seriously though, I really do love the series. Like, to be completely honest, it's an awesome series. Been running for quite a while. It's fun. It's sort of niche right here when it has a great balance between dramatic tension and just general humor. And I think Ven does that very well and continuing on the series. The graphics are I think the graphics is one of my favorite things about this series. Ven has his very distinct graphical style when it comes to doing stuff like this, especially when it was a comic series. And this the use of RZ plus different. It's a combination of the use of backgrounds, which are like as you've seen the current ones, they're different backgrounds from most comic makers use. They're all they're all hand pixeled. They're like the use of dialogue, the use of just different custom sprites. I've been like quite proud of the series. You know, the symbiote webs, the Deadpool, the symbiotes themselves. Those are very nice custom sprites. I guess my big thing here is that for at least for me, Marvel and their history of the symbiotes has been like very very gimmicky based. Like, you know, once in a while we'll grant somebody the powers of like Spider-Man, or we'll turn entire New York into this giant symbiote army. Ben has fortunately avoided that. I guess like, with most of, if not each of the symbiotes have some distinct quality about them. Of course, some more than others. That's the nature of such a series. But yeah, I actually enjoy the symbiotes here much more than I do their canon versions. I think that's my summary of the series. It's very great. You should very great, very good, great. You should check it out. Tive.v3.tive.
Yep.
But yeah, so probably the only complaint I have is that I do not get enough speaking roles. But no, in all honesty, the earlier comics are not as graphically advanced. They're not as easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
But as it goes on, it improves, and it's a real nice transformation.
Yeah.
But as of now, it's a really good series, and it's definitely something you should check out. So before we close up the comic maker spotlight, Venom actually wants to talk about something real quick, so I'll let him go ahead and do that.
All right. Well, like I mentioned that I'm having my final run here on TTV. I'm also having my final run in V3. V3 will be coming to an end fairly soon. It's actually gonna hit its 5th anniversary fairly soon. So I guess that's probably gonna be around the time it'll end. But yeah, series is gonna end very soon, and I'm gonna be a lot more busy, and I'm actually gonna change up a little bit of the series aspects, like the kit. I've been contemplating on changing the kit that I'm using, the sprite kit, from RZ to Var's very own new Vortex kit, because I think it looks cool, and I'm getting a little tired of RZ. Need a little more motivation. But yeah, one thing I really want to do for my comic series after I've been running it for so long, is give it an ending that it deserves, but not the one that it needs. No, the ending that it needs and deserves to kind of. It'll be a really great accomplishment, I think, if I can get this series done and give it the proper finale. So, thank you guys for reviewing it, and you guys got to see the finale. I have quite a bit planned for that. It's going to be very interesting. So I can't wait to hear that review when that comes around. And yeah, check it out while it's still running.
Yep. All right. So yeah, we'll look forward to that. We'll put a link in the description. And wish Ven well on his endeavors as far as the comics go.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens with that.
Yep.
That's Comic Maker Spotlight.
All right. So today it's been a very interesting episode. I think it's been a really good one, actually. We had a mix of good discussion and good other things, like humor, a lot of humor. I don't know where I was going with that. I dropped the ball mid-sentence.
Man, we are all just messing up today, I swear.
I know. Today has been
We've had good discussion and good humor.
Yeah.
No, today's been a really good quality episode, so I thank you all for listening. As per usual. Then we will all miss you until next summer. And also November 6th.
And by all, he means only some of us.
and until November 6th, and I
The
want
group
to
would be the
I
same
want to
without
thank you for being a part of the podcast and
yeah.
being dedicated and whatnot and doing your segment and recording and composing all our songs so we don't have to use licensed music and everything
course.
you've done, and it's been cool and such and whatnot. And when you return, there shall always be a spot here and such. I almost said and whatnot, but then I corrected it mid-sentence.
Well, just remember this, Meso. I will always be here
God.
in
Okay,
spirit.
Oh, good.
Oh my!
Good, good.
You did not just say that.
Okay,
Good grief.
okay, and suddenly the moment's ruined. So anyway, thank you for listening to the episode.
Remember what I said
I'm
about
Kevin.
missing you? Yeah, that's all gone now. That's all gone.
Get out!
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a great run. I really did have a lot of fun working with you guys on our projects, even though even one of them died, Winter Solstice.
It will return in
But-
Halo 4.
Yeah. And then, of course, Biocraft. That was a great thing to be a part of. And, well, yeah, this group in general has actually been just great to be a part of. I'm gonna reminisce on the memories and such, and the braid, and the life and such, and the weather and
Not
such.
this again. You're inside.
No, I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for me.
All right. Hopefully you will return on episode I don't know,
Episode 100, man.
episode 70. Maybe you'll be back for. I don't know how long it's gonna take us to cover 20 episodes. I almost said maybe that'll be the case if BZP goes down again, and then I realized no, it won't.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I want to thank you all for listening. Wish Vin well on the comments, or you're all dead to me. And
No, so that's not threatening. Listen,
Yeah,
Listen.
college.
here. Wish Venom well in the comments, or you're all dead to me. And I don't mean figuratively.
well, just well.
You.
Wow.
So, anyways,
I feel very threatened by Bob Schneider.
You should be. Okay, that's another video for another day.
Thank you for viewing. Appreciate your viewership, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to
Thank
rate.
you.
Anyway.
Shut you. Okay. Man, one of these days. One of these days.
One of these days.
So I'm messing up.
One of these daisies.
I'm messing up.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
And for the last time, I'm Venom.
And this was TTV episode 41. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Yeah! All right, we can start swearing now, right?